All right. We will be starting. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We will be starting shortly. We'll be starting in 1 minute. Please bear with us. 1 minute. There are more participants who wish to join us today. Thank you for your patience. May we ask everybody to mute their microphones? And should you have any questions for Xavier and Chef Paul, can you kindly type it on the message box below? Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are now about to start our program. This is a webinar on the evolution of the PINTXO and our trip to the Basque country. It is a pleasure to have you all with us. Allow me to entice you with the unique flavors of Basque cuisine. The collaboration between Basqvium, Xavier Arusa, and myself started as I was planning Kitchens of the World, my one-of-a-kind culinary journeys in partnership with Raja Travel to Spain. But then again, COVID happened. There is, however, no pandemic and no borders to the quest for good food. Till we fly again, allow me to take you virtually to the many yet unexplored kitchens of the world. Our first stop and our destination for many more afternoons together is the Basque country, one of the most extraordinary food destinations in the world and home to many Michelin star chefs and their restaurants. Without further ado, allow me to introduce Senor Xavier Arusa of Basqvium. He is an advocate of Basque culture and Basque cuisine to give us a taste of their one-of-a-kind Basque specialties. Xavier, welcome and welcome to Manila. Mabuhay. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Reggie. Can you listen to me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so good morning here. That is early in the morning, and good afternoon in Philippines. It's a real pleasure for me to connect with Philippines. That is a country I have the chance to visit a few times, and it's great. So thank you very much, Reggie, to give me the chance to talk today. So as Reggie says, my name is Xavier Arruza. I am from Bilbao in the Basque country, and yes, I'm going to speak about on behalf of Basqvium. That is a company that works to show one of the aims is to show what the Basque country can offer to the world. So my intention today is to explain briefly. It's like making an overview of what the Basque country, why the Basque country is a world gourmet destination that maybe many of you haven't heard too much about the Basque country. So I'm going to share my presentation. I guess that is seeing well. Can you see? Can you see well the presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's start. No, as I told you, my intention today is just to give you like a general overview, and then we will have the chance to speak to a chef. But why the Basque Country being so small piece of land, we become in a really world gourmet destination. So I always like to start with some words that is not mine. It's like a view of a foreigner, in this case, Susan Long, she says what you can read. A trip to the Basque Country is a seminal trip that all foodies must take at least once in their lifetime, one of surefire spectacle superlatives. No? You eat and eat, then you eat some more to learn how to eat. So that's just concentrated in a sentence, a thing that is very important. So because the food and the gastronomy in the Basque Country is a part of our culture, and this is one of the reasons of the success. And because we do everything around a table, around the food. So this is very important, and I like to start with this one. But let's go on what Basque Country is. Just to give you a little glance, we are here in this small corner of Atlantic Europe. You can see the map in between in the north of Spain and the south of France, because there is a part of the French Basque Country in France. So we, as you can see, is a very small piece of land. And we always, when people don't know very well, we speak about Golden Triangle that is formed by Bilbao, is from where we are connected today. The Chef Chu Paul is from Bilbao. Bilbao is like the main city, the financial capital of the Basque Country. Then we have San Sebastian. That San Sebastian is like it has been always a sophisticated and touristic place with very beautiful beaches and very famous for the gastronomy and Michelin stars also. And then in the south, to close the triangle, is the Rioja wine area that probably you have heard about. That is one of the wine areas most famous in the country. So this is what the Basque country is in, like, I mean, the most famous spots. No? And then speaking about why eating and drinking in the Basque Country is a luxury. No? Just a few data. Two Basque restaurants are among the 10 best restaurants in the world, you know, in the famous 50 best restaurants of the world, and 5 in the top 50. Or we have 23 restaurants, Michelin restaurants with 32 Michelin stars in total, within a population of 2.2 million inhabitants. So this one makes you an idea that if we take, for example, 2 million inhabitants, like Manila, Metro Manila, you can imagine having there like 5 of the best restaurants of the world, or 23 restaurants, Michelin restaurants. This one gives you a comparison of what the gastronomy is in the Basque Country. No? So we always say that Basque Country is synonymous of good eating. No? Our image positioning is very strongly associated with excellent and recognized gastronomy. Because for us, as we say, we call vital gastronomy, because it's not just about Michelin or these best restaurants of the world. The gastronomy is something that is very deep in our culture. So because of this, in the Basque region, in the Basque country, we can develop and improve many kind of experience about food and wine tourism. No? Because of this, we are a reference destination in that. And I hope that, as Reggie said, we could bring Kitchens of the World soon, and Filipinos come here, sorry, to enjoy all the gastronomy experiences we can develop. And why? I'm going to explain with pictures, more or less, why what I was explaining about culture is happening. So we have we are lucky of having delicious and very good quality raw materials, because as we see here, the land has been generous with us. Is in this Atlantic corner, I explained, it rains quite a lot, so we have very green lands, especially good for vegetables, to grow vegetables, and for cattle. So there is abundant grass for the animals. We have the lack also of being in Cantabric Sea, that is a very good sea, rich sea in fishing. You can see tuna here, but we have many species of fish. So the fresh fish is something very important in our gastronomy. And then in the south, that down there you can see on the left is the vineyards, because is the climate there is a bit drier and is especially good for the wine. No? So from the sea, we can, as I told you, we have the best fish. And in the picture, you can see one of the grilled fish famous in the Basque country. You know, the charcoal grills is one of the most important, more traditional way of preparing fish. Then, as I said, we have from the land, from the farmhouse, we have the very quality raw materials. We don't have, as I told you, it's a small piece of land. We don't have like a very big agricultural fields. Everything is small. So each farmer is very careful with the production. So we can find really very good material and vegetables in the Basque region. And because of this, we will see later, we have the quality label of Basque ingredients that you can enjoy in the supermarkets, on the special gourmet shops. So sitting at the table in the Basque country, as we say, is a real pleasure that I hope you can experience soon. And we have, starting from, we mentioned the cuisine of stars. Probably you can recognize some of these pictures. We have some of the most famous Basque Michelin stars chefs like Juan María Arzac, Berasategui, Eneko Acha, and much more that probably you know, and they confirm what we call the cuisine of stars of the Basque country. So this is the most creative and avant-garde cuisine, and always you can enjoy these Michelin star chef private dinners with them. But apart from this Michelin star, what we say is very important, the traditional. So this Michelin came because the tradition of the food in the Basque country is very deep. So to enjoy traditional food, we have many places in the Basque country. Like here I mentioned some of them, the charcoal grill I mentioned before. You see the fish. It's a real pleasure to go to a small fishing village and enjoy these fresh fish taken daily. We have the cider houses, that is a very other traditional restaurants or farmhouses reconverted in restaurants. So they are real good places to enjoy the traditional Basque food. And then we probably, we can say that the most famous thing about food in the Basque country is this miniature cuisine that we call pinchos. And then we will have the chance with Paul, with the chef, to understand what the pinchos is. Please don't confuse with tapas. Tapas, I know that is a word more famous in Philippines, but the pincho is something very special and related to the Basque country and different from tapas. No? So the tradition is going from bar to bar and enjoy these delicious small bites with the wine.
Want to listen to this? It's Reggie Aspira's Zoom,
Hello.
and it's
Yes.
doing his
Sorry, Ray, that I'm listening to you. Maybe yes. And so we call the art of the pinchos because it's the miniature cuisine elevated to the category of art. But I'm not going to stop here too much because then with Paul, you will have the chance to check what the pinchos are and how is the tradition going here. And then we have the cider houses, as I mentioned, with the church. This is the famous word with the is the noise of the cider hitting the glass. So if you have the chance, cider, as I told you, is a very traditional thing in the Basque Country, and very nice to visit one of the. And by the way, the cider season is now on. It usually starts in between end of January, beginning of February. And in these cider houses, you can see this chuleta, the cod, the fried cod, the cheese. So it's a very good place to enjoy. And apart from food, we have the wines. And we call the land of thousand wines because we have Rioja. Rioja is a few wine regions are as diverse in their landscape and type of wines than Rioja. Um, and you can see here a picture of the Ebro River. Ebro River is like the backbone of the Rioja wine area, and it divided in different subzones. And one of them is Rioja Alavesa, that it could be in the picture on the right. That is the region belongs to the Basque country. And around the wine is a spectacular architecture, and so the landscape architecture. This one is a must to stop in the kitchens of the world. Reggie, Rioja is fantastic place to enjoy, even if you don't drink wine, but it's a very good experience to visit the area. And then we have the chacoli also, and chacoli that we will speak about that later also. I think in Philippines is not very known. Chacol is our white wine, and you can see in the picture the vineyards are just next to the sea, so it's completely different from the Rioja, and it's a white wine, very fresh and very nice, and we will have the chance to speak later about that. So these are our main two wines in the region. But then apart from that, we have the open markets. This one is another tradition you can find in every village. Always the fresh products you can still buy directly from the farmers. Or the gourmet and sweet shopping too, that is another very good experience. We can find very special products in these places. And speaking what I told you before, that with the gastronomy is very deep in our culture. Even 36, I mean, every day you can find culinary events. Any festival you can find in the Basque Country, gastronomy will be there in different ways. Now, unfortunately, with the current situation, not many culinary events are going on. But usually every corner you will find something about gastronomy. And apart from that, we have like a special museums, showrooms dedicated to the food. So there are places that if you are very interested in knowing this tradition, we can always visit. And then another very part very important for that is the education too. We have the Basque Culinary Center, that is the first faculty of gastronomic science in San Sebastian. But we have other culinary schools like in Bilbao, for example, that this year was awarded with Bib Gourmand, that is the Michelin brand, and is the first cooking school awarded with Bib Gourmand in Spain. And then another important thing related to gastronomy is the big events also. For example, like San Sebastian Gastronomica is where we can find every year around October our best chefs explaining and doing show cookings. Or, for example, in 2 years ago, 3 years now is going to be, it was the 50 Best Restaurants Award ceremony in Bilbao. And this year, as a novelty, 15X is taking place in Bilbao. It's a new challenge. It's a new list of young people shaping the future of gastronomy. And this one is going to happen in Bilbao also. So as you can see, small things about markets and big events also make this universe of gastronomy in the Basque Country. And then we have the branding also. This is very important too, to create this, as we say, this world movement destination. So we have Euskolabel that we mentioned, this K you can see here is the symbol of the quality label of products in the Basque Country. We have Euskadi Gastronomica, this brand you could see in different restaurants and different hotels too. So it's a mixture of tourism and gastronomy to allow the visitors to know the Basque gastronomy culture. And then we have the most recent one is the Culinary Nation, that is a brand explaining, opening to the world the Basque gastronomy, no? As a privileged territory with regard to gastronomy. So all these things that I have explaining, so makes you the possibility of having many activity and experiences. You can read here, like traditional cuisine and Pincho workshop that we will have the chance to see with the chef later, private show cookings with Michelin chef, buy in traditional markets we mentioned, take part in rural and fishing activities, visit wineries, making your own label wine, visit cheese or an olive oil factories, taking part in wine tasting and gastronomic popular contests. This one is happening in many festivals, visiting small villages through their gastronomy and not only like the big cities, enjoy unique landscape, vineyards, mountain pastures, or sleep in rural houses and after taking part in daily work, no? So separate for one day. So all these kind of things you can enjoy in our small country. And just very quickly in Euskadi Gastronomica, this brand is like the first gastronomic wine and product club within Spain, developed under a management methodology. So this is just, I'm not going to stop here, but if you see this brand is because the restaurant of the hotel is following some rules, and it's like the real Basque gastronomy place you can enjoy. And just finally, this is my last slide to show the importance of the gastronomy in the Basque Country with the last data we have in 2019, because last year nothing was normal. So gastronomy and wines with 21% is like the main reason the visitors, the tourists visiting the Basque Country, and city breaks is the 1950. And these city breaks, is to visit the main cities of the Basque Country. So gastronomy and wines remains as the first most demanded motivation by leisure tourists visiting the Basque Country. But what is funny is that when you visit for the first time the Basque Country, and you decided, because maybe you can spend only 2 days, 3 days, and you say, I have to come back, more than half of the people come back only because of the gastronomy and wines. So this one means what I wanted to tell, no? That we are a real gastronomy world gourmet destination. So this is my part. Maybe I do it very quickly, but I prefer the chef to explain things later. But please, if you have any question about this overview, don't hesitate in asking me later when we finish all the presentations. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Xavier. And now we move on to the next part of our webinar, which is a mini PINTXO cooking class by Chef Paul. And let me introduce Chef Paul Ibarra. Chef Paul Ibarra is currently the chef and co-owner of Los Fueros. Los Fueros restaurant located. There is Chef Paul.
Yeah.
I have to read this whole lengthy CV of yours, Chef Paul. It's very long. Do you want us to read your CV now or read it later? Your introduction. Do you want it now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so before I pass you on to Chef Paul, let me introduce him formally to you. Chef Paul Ibarra is currently the chef and co-owner of Los Fueros restaurant located in the old town of Bilbao. He started studying hospitality and tourism management at the Atsanda Bilbao School and did his internship at the Guggenheim Museum restaurant, which at that time was run by Martin Berasategui. Once he finished his studies, he wanted to continue learning from the inside, which led him to spend 6 months as a stager at the Mugaritz restaurant, a 2-star Michelin restaurant, and another 6 months at the Etzanobe restaurant, a 1 Michelin star restaurant. While he was at the Etzanobe, Fernando Canales offered him the possibility of working at the Alcalde restaurant in Madrid. At that time, it was one of the restaurants he was an advisor for. He spent a year in Madrid, and when he returned, he spent 3 years at Plencia. After that time, he returned to Etzanobe as Director of Research and Development. For 8 years, he dedicated himself, among other things, to organize consultancies that were carried out from there for the startup of the restaurants Tamarices Izarra, the Farago PINTXO Club in Paris, and finally Los Fueros in Bilbao. From 2015, which was when Los Fueros reopened, he started to dedicate himself exclusively to the restaurant. Los Fueros is a place with a lot of charm and a lot of history. It opened its doors first in 1878, which makes it the dean of the Bilbao hospitality industry. It has been awarded the Michelin Guide 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 Bib Gourmand distinctive, being the first with this distinction in Vizcaya. It is also among the restaurants recommended for Bilbao by the Repsol Guide, Lonely Planet, Badiarin, and the TripAdvisor, that awarded it its Certificate of Excellence. The restaurant has 2 floors and 2 different kitchens. The first floor, the traditional one with its emblematic walls covered with beautiful glass mosaic and with more than with mosaic tiles that are over 100 years old. Its marble tables and wooden bistro-style chairs are as well extremely beautiful. And the second floor is covered with cozy, multifunctional floors that carry out cooking workshops, tasting rooms, gastronomic photography, and where pretty much Chef Paul does all his gastronomical activities. In Los Fueros, the team prepares traditional Bilbao cuisine with a vision of the 21st century. And this is still very long, but maybe we can already pass you on because it's a very long and lengthy resume. Well, maybe let me read on the last part because this is quite impressive. Creativity is appreciated, not in vain. For 8 years, Paul was the director of the Research and Development Laboratory of the Etzanobe restaurant, a 1 Michelin star restaurant, which made him an expert in modern culinary techniques. Paul Ibarra participates regularly as a guest in radio programs and also as a juror in culinary competitions. He gives talks in cooking schools, universities. He has been the representative of the Basque country in the prestigious Bocuse d'Or España competition. In 2016, he was appointed ambassador of the Sala Purple Onion. In his travels, he has participated in restaurants in Paris, taught master classes in Amsterdam, cooked in New York, in Mexico, and recently participated in the dinner at the Smithsonian Folklife Festival at the Library of Congress in the United States. Without further ado, there's only one person who will teach us all his secrets. And this is really a secret because Chef Paul did not even want me to know what we were doing this afternoon. So Chef Paul, mabuhay, welcome to our homes. Welcome to Manila and to the Philippines.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chef Paul.
We are near Bilbao and they are 8 o'clock. They is so early for the chef in the Basque country.
Thank you so much for waking up early. That has been his problem and Xavier's problem since yesterday. Waking up early. They had to make sure that they were awake at this time to be with us. Because Sunday afternoons, we were told, is the best time for all of you to attend and join us. So thank you so much for joining us, Chef Paul. Would you like to take us now to your kitchen?
Okay, so I put the
Fantastic.
video, okay?
Let's go.
This is a video that Chef Paul prepared for us just recently. And luckily, Xavier will make sure that it works because it worked just early on, a few minutes before we started. Chef Paul, are your restaurants open now?
We open, but we open later. Yeah, we're going to cook. Today is a good day for cook. It's going to be a sunny day, and the Sundays, a lot of people go to Bilbao and take prawns in my restaurant.
Yes, we have to tell them about your gambas a la plancha, which are legendary, by the way. And
Yeah, I read it.
they are from a recipe since the time it opened as Barcolon in 1878, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And tell us your secrets again. What are the secrets to making good gambas?
There is no secret. There is the product. The product is so good, and we have a good iron. We take it from Huelva, white prawns from Huelva, that for me are the best in the world because it's the perfect season. It's not so strong, are so finas, and we put it in the iron, not for so many time. We prepare it at the moment, and I think that one part of the recipe is the tradition. Of every Sundays, the people come and remember.
Football, right?
What?
It's very popular after Sunday football.
Yeah. It's one of the things that the people of Bilbao do the Sundays. Come and take prawns in Los Fueros. So for us, this tradition is fantastic.
And now Xavier has his video.
We have the video there.
Let's go, Xavier.
Hello, welcome to Los Fueros. Come with me, go to my house. Good morning, welcome to Los Fueros. My name is Ibarra. I'm the chef of the restaurant Los Fueros, the oldest in the city, the oldest in Bilbao. So, welcome. By the way, my name is Paul Ibarra, Larrañaga, Robles, Huarte, and Aizpiri. So, we know that we have a past common between Philippines and the Basque country. So, Aizpiri, Aspiras, maybe we have one grandfather in common. Maybe. So you are in a restaurant, it's a little chocolate box with one mosaic of places that it have 100 years, and we love to cook there because we are cooking in one place that there is a lot of felicity for so many years. Now we are going to the first floor that we have, or classroom space. So come on with me. As you well know, we're going to hold a Pincho workshop. Okay, we're in Bilbao, in the Basque country, and for so many years, our favorite hobby is drink, eat, and cook. Sure, that we love cook. So we do it at home, we do it at the restaurant, in the bars, and we have a special place that we call Choco. Choco is the private club, private social club that will go for this, for eat, for drink, and for cook. Today you are in the Choco Los Fueros, so now you are members of this private club for forever. So welcome. We are going to prepare the first pinchos. So we are going to talk about the pinchos. We, the people from Bilbao, from the Basque country, love to go to bars and take wine, take some chacolí, that is our fresh wine, okay? But not only one bar. We like to go one bar, another bar, and take a little bit of chacolí in all the bars. There is in Bilbao one saying that says, para saber beber, hay que saber comer. To know how to drink, you have to know how to eat. And that is why the pinchos were invented. We're going to talk now about one of our favorite pincho in the city, more classical pincho, called the cricket. It was invented in the 20 years between the First World War and the Civil War. There is not a lot of money in Bilbao, but we have a lot of inventive. We have this purple onion that is from Zaya. It's the best onion in the world because the land is so sweet and the onion is not hot, it's not spicy. It's one product for our farmers that is slow food. Okay, we have potatoes that is prepared for me one friend in 20 kilometers from there, and we have lettuce. We love lettuce, but the best lettuce is when you grow up and we eat it. So we have live lettuce. Okay, so we are going to cook inside the slide or marvelous onion. Okay, from Zaya. Zaya is a little town 20 kilometers from Bilbao, and they have very fantastic products. So we boil our potatoes. We put a little bit of salt. So we dress it with olive oil and cider vinegar, and we put in the stick some lettuce, some onion, and we repeat, and that's all. So we dress it, some salt, and that's all. So we call it cricket because when you eat it, they do in your mouth quick, and it's so good. Perfect. So the cricket was the ancient pincho in Bilbao, but is one pincho that is a little bit lost, and we are recovering it. One of the reasons that the cricket go out of the bars was the Gilda. Gilda is possibly the most important pincho in the Basque country. In all the parts of the Basque country you have one Gilda. The Gilda was invented for the International Festival of Film of San Sebastian in the 1948. The film Gilda, that was so spectacular and sexy film and so sinful for the standards of the people from this part of the past year in Spain, with the Franco general with his dictatorships, and it was so sexy. So the Hermanos Vallès in Casa Vallès in San Sebastián invent for this film one pincho, meeting in one stick the things that they put usually for the people that go to the bar. They have olives, they have piparras, that are the pickle fresh peppers, they have salt anchovies, they have vinegar anchovies, and they put it in one stick. And they call it Gilda because because it was salty and it was round. And there is the almost famous pincho in the history of the Basque country. So we have this that they prepare for us, the people from the Buretoki. So the gilda is so easy. Are olives, pickled pepper, anchovy. I like it with vinegar anchovies, but the people in the Buretoki don't put it, so no problem. And more olive. And this is one bite. And the mix of flavor is perfect. Salty, vinegar, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to continue with the next pincho. In the Basque country, in the early 80s, there was a big revolution in pincho, in the bar, because the women come to the bars. So they go to the bar and see pinchos with eggs, with potatoes, and she want more sophisticated pincho, more bright pincho. So in the bars they come the light, they come the color, and it come the flavors, so good flavors. Okay, so for this pincho is Tuna Pincho, is white tuna pincho. We have the belly of the tuna. The tuna is sold in our coast 100 kilometers, no more. They come there and we prepare usually it in olive oil. Okay, we have peppers, and two types of peppers, red peppers and pickled peppers. Okay, we have bread, we have garlic for the red peppers, and we're going to prepare one special mayonnaise that is our fried egg mayonnaise, because there is nothing in the world best, so nothing best than the fried egg. So we're going to mix fried egg and mayonnaise. So we're going to start. We're going to put in the oven the red peppers 220 degrees for 35 minutes. Okay, we're going to boil the belly in water with salt, that it may be like the water of the sea. Okay, when it boils, we put the tuna. We put the tuna with a little bit of apple vinegar. Okay, and it boils. When it boils, we keep it and we wait for 8 minutes, no more. Okay, then we keep it. We put it in olive oil, and we separate the slides. Okay, so we put a little bit of vinegar, cider vinegar in the water with a lot of salt. This is for get more white the tuna belly. Okay, then the water is boiling. We put it in the water. We wait for 1 minute for he start boiling, and when it become boiling, okay, we keep the fire and we wait in the water for 8 minutes. We have the pepper that we are going to peel it. After peel it, we are going to put it with some garlic. Okay, we have slices of garlic, and now the pepper. This is fantastic. We are going to put it in olive oil, and we are going to confit it a little bit. Oh, the smell is, oh, we are in my grandma's home now with this smell. So we have our peppers in olive oil. We are going to put in the fire. Okay, slowly, and with the head in 10 minutes is like a confiture. It's like a confit. It's perfect. Okay, and we're going to prepare now the fried egg mayonnaise. One fried egg, and we're going to put it with the scissors in small pieces. And we're going to mix with a little bit of mayonnaise. We mix it. We could or pickle peppers, okay? I will have one dress, yeah, so side, one dress for put in the top for pincho, okay? The tuna belly, okay. I'm going to take out slides. We're going to mix it with the mayonnaise of fried egg. We put the peppers, with the garlic and with the olive oil, sucking the bread, okay, like this. So then we're going to put tuna belly with the fried egg mayonnaise, and now we're going to dress it with our pressed pickle dressing, okay? Okay. That is one example of what can be in the 80s, one pincho of the bar. For me, one of the best bars in the world is in Romo, Getxo, Guretxea, near the sea. Is my friend Joseba, that he had his bar that is found for his fathers in the last 70s, and I'm going to put for you one little video for his bar, okay? So in the time that the bars go getting color, in the same time, the modernist cuisine in the Basque country was grow, because the people from San Sebastian, like Arzak, like Subijana, go to France and invent for us the Nueva Cocina Vasca, that is the Nouvelle Cuisine, but become to the Basque country, okay? So the old recipe become much more modern, we have more techniques and new techniques, new products, okay? And this star in Michelin 3-star go down and arrive to the taverns, and the people that cook in the taverns so learn new techniques, learn new recipes, and eat, and the people start to prepare recipes that will be restaurant recipe, but in small pieces for the people that come to the bars. We're going to prepare with artichokes, okay? So we have artichoke. This is white artichoke from Tudela, okay? The size for us is perfect, and oh, we love it. We have it in the season. The flavor is perfect. Put 12 eggs. That is the perfect egg for the pincho, because we have small size, so it's perfect for 2 bites. Okay. some ciboulette, and one cream that we prepare with foie gras. Is one emulsion of foie gras. We use the fat of the foie gras to we put it in the iron, we fry it, and then we process like a mayonnaise, but not olive oil, not egg, only foie in the iron, a little bit of butter, and turnips. We are going to prepare the white artichokes. So, first, cut this part, and we put it in the oven and boil it before peel it, because this is the perfect manner for know how quantity of artichokes we need to peel. Okay? Okay, so we have 25 minutes in the oven, and then we peel it. Okay. And I think that is okay, so I take it. Okay, it's perfect. We're going to cut the Basque. Okay, so we put the cream of foie gras inside, and then have one special scissors, okay, for the quail egg. So we put it, and we put it inside. We put it in the oven. 2 minutes. So we have the artichokes, some bread, and ciboulette. Okay. And this is our pincho of artichokes, foie gras, and quail eggs. And the last pincho that we are going to present today is one dish of our restaurant. So we do the way from the bar to the restaurant. Okay. First, the pinchos have the influence of the restaurant, and now the restaurant have the influence of the bar's pincho. So it's one pincho of anchovies, pickled carrot, and we don't have the classical bread, so we have a southside bread, okay, and we prepare it at the moment. So the first of all are our anchovies. So these are our anchovies that we are going to keep this bowl. So fresh. We're going to put it for 20 minutes in one mixture of olive oil and soya. This is for elevate the flavor. And we are going to prepare a little bit of spaghetti, carrot spaghetti. And we have spaghettis, and with the final of the carrot, we are going to boil it, and we are going to prepare some cabbage. That is the next step. So spaghettis, we boil it for 1 minute. We heat it, and we refresh. Okay, cold water, and water, and we dry it. Okay, with this, we boil it. Okay, we have boiled it, and we are going to prepare one escabeche. For preparing the escabeche, we need garlic, olive oil, okay, and pineapple. We are going to put the garlics in the fire. we are going to fry it, and in the moment that they are fried, we are going to put cider vinegar, we're going to put it in the water, we're going to process it, and we're going to have one creamy escabeche. So we have the garlic fried, we put vinegar, cider vinegar, it's the local vinegar, okay? The cider vinegar. And then, this is so hot, we put that, we fry a little bit the water, okay. Then, we wait to be cold with this, we process it with turmeric, and we have this little sauce. Okay. So we put the carrot spaghettis, this sauce, a little bit of rucola, okay, like PINTXO, but it's rucola, okay. It's a little bit spicy, I love the rucola, and then we mix it. So we have the anchovy marinated, okay. Then we put his dough. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We are going to burn it of well, okay. She's cooked with his fat, the anchovy oil. We put our soap type bread. Over this, we put our spaghetti carrots. And they are so fresh, but they have vinegar flavor. They are so creamy that it becomes so good for the taste, salted taste of the anchovy. Okay. We put fresh anchovy. The perfect pincho of anchovy. So that's all from Bilbao. It's a pleasure for talk with you in Filipinas. We are finished, but in a few minutes, if you want and if you have any question, I'm for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Xavier and Chef Paul, for that. We have a question. Someone sent me a question, but first we'd like you to know that we would much rather be in Los Fueros tasting what you just prepared for us. But we will do that next time. Xavier, Chef Paul, we have a question. Someone is asking, are there rules to making a pincho? Or do you create pinchos just as you go along? Are there limitations to making them?
Okay, there is not limitations. The limitation is the food that you have in the market, and the limitation is the size. When you prepare pincho, you need to prepare some little thing that in 2 bites is going to be one perfect moment. So the limitation is the size of your mouth, not too big, and the product, the decisionally, and the imagination.
So it has to
It's
be
so free to prepare the
free?
pinchos.
So it's 2 bites. Mold has to
2
be
bites,
small.
no more 2 bites.
And whatever it is that's seasonal and readily available that is fresh will make a great pincho.
Yeah.
And the perfect drink to go with your pincho is a chacoli. Are we ready now with Aritza, or are we doing it, Xavier? Is Aritza better? How is he?
Yes, hello. Yeah, unfortunately, it's last moment thing in the program was announced Aricha and Tolinet from, as I told you in my first presentation, that we spoke briefly about Chacoli, our white wine. So he finally can connect, so I will try to explain very briefly what the Chacoli is. So if you want, I can start, Reggie.
Yes, we can start
Yes.
our chacoli presentation.
Okay, I have just, and it's true that I have a video of Muneta Berry also, but it's in Spanish. But anyway, I will try.
Same.
Yeah, I will try to this one just to compartir. Is yeah? Can you see the screen? Yes.
Yes, but before we start, there's another question that just came in. Chef
Okay.
Paul, someone is asking, Nico is asking, if using bread, he said, should it be toasted like a canapé? If you are making a pincho on bread, if you're stacking it on bread, should it be toasted or not toasted? Is the question.
You are free, and they are not usually toast, but there is some bars. I remember when I have child, there is some bar near my home that they fry the bread, and it's his specialty. So normally it's not toast, but it's not problem.
All right. If there are any more questions, we will answer your questions after the presentation of Tsakoli. So go ahead, Xavier, please.
Okay. Yes. So hold on. Yeah. So the Chacoli is our white wine in the Basque country. And today we were supposed to have one of the representative of the winery that is called Muneta Berry. And this one is the Chacoli of Bilbao. But as a curiosity, you can imagine a big city that usually you don't think in having vineyards in the city. But in this case, it's true, you can go just 15 minutes from the city center. Bilbao is surrounded by hills. And in one of these hills, you can find the vineyards, and this you can see this farmhouse that is fantastic. So the views of the farmhouse is really beautiful about Bilbao. So Chacoli, I'm going to be very, because I'm not. Aricha was the specialist on that, but the Chacoli is our white wine, and you know it's a wine still not very known in the world, and I think with Reggie speaking that is very hard to find in Philippines, for example, because the production is small. But this is not new. I mean, the Chacoli has been producing in the Basque country for centuries, but it was always producing around, like the one you are seeing here, around the farmhouses, a small piece of land, and the production was just for the owners and some people around. So this one happened for centuries, but last century, in the second half of the century, the Basque government started pushing and saying, okay, we have to improve because we have the land, we have the grapes, and we can do it better. So it has been like a big investment, and now the Chacol is out of the farms, so it's more professional. There are wineries with, bigger wineries, and everything started moving very fast in the 80s, 90s, and now it's true that the Chacoli is competing with some other white wines in Spain. That you know that Spain has very good white wines and different denominations. So now Chacoli is competing with that. No, the characteristic of Chacoli is different from others, because if you remember my first picture, it was taken, is near the sea. So the grape, Rioja, for example, is protected about the wet or the rain coming from the Atlantic, and the Chacoli is exposed to this rain. So the grapes are special grapes that we are going to see in the next slide I have here. So these grapes, you can see on the Rabi Suri, on the Rabi Suri Serratia, or on the Rabi Belcha. These are special grapes for Chacoli, and they can resist the wet and the sea, the salt coming. So because of this, is so special and different wine from from other regions in Spain. No? So these on the Rabi Suri Serrati are special grapes only for the Basque country. So to produce the Chacoli, you need to grow this kind of grapes. And today, as I told you, is the moment that Chacoli is in the world. I mean, is competing. They win different awards in the international contest, international wine contest. And it's true that now we are innovating in Chacoli also, because it has been always white Chacoli, only white. But now you can see here on the Rivi Belcha that this one is for red wines, and so things, and they are doing also with Riesling that you can see here, like more sweeter wines. They are producing rosés. So things in Chacoli world is moving, and it's true that now our aim is to promote Chacoli to reach, for example, markets like Philippines, no? Because it's so difficult, but the production is smaller than Rioja. No? And I have here, for example, I don't know if you can see, it's a bottle of this Aricha should be presenting is Muneta Barri, and you can see here the B of Bilbao, no, here, because as you see, is like the unique wine you can find within the limits of a city. No? And actually, the Chacoli has like 3 different areas, dividing in the 3 historical provinces of the Basque country. We have the Chacoli of Biscay, that is this one. You can see here well, maybe I don't know if you can see Vizcaico Chacoliña. This is the quality stamp. This Vizcaico Chacoliña, it belongs to the Biscay province. The capital city of Biscay is Bilbao. And then we have the Guetariaco Chacolina. Guetariaco is the province of Guipúzcoa, San Sebastian. And these, for example, they are different. Even we are a small country, but for example, the Chacoli in around San Sebastian is more sparkling, and they like to serve like with some height to the glass to splash a little bit, because it's more sparkling. The Biscay, the one I'm showing you, is very early to do wine tasting here, so just in the bottle. And in Biscay is drier, the Chacoli. And then we have the other part of the Chacoli is in Araba, that the capital city is Vitoria-Gasteiz, and also is a little bit different, but it's drier too, like in Biscay. And Guetariaco Chacoliña, for example, I was there. I had the chance to attend the presentation of the new harvest. This one happened in last month. So the new harvest 2020, is ready. And in Biscay is not still ready. This Vizcaico Chacoliña will present the new, this is from the last year, and the new harvest is going to be presented in April. So that's the point. So it's a fruity, and it's very, as Paul said, is one of the most popular wines. If you go to the bars for pinchos, the Chacoli is one of the favorite drink for that, and it's especially recommended or suggested for fish. No, for fish, our grilled fish, for example, the chacoli, fresh chacoli is really nice. But as I told you, last year that some wineries they are doing so well, and I personally tasted this sweet wine or the rosé, and they are doing very well. But it's a small denomination comparing with Rioja. But this is the good one about the Basque Country. So we can go to visit small wineries of Chacoli next to the sea, fantastic landscape, and then just in an hour and a half, you can go to the south and change completely from landscape. The landscape in Rioja is very dry, and the type of wine is completely different. So this diversity is the best one in the Basque Country, and just in a very short distance that you can find so different wines. No? So basically, this is what I want to tell you. So just to remember about this Chacoli, the name Chacoliña, you can see here. No. So if you can find in some bar restaurant in Philippines, please tell me, because it's going to be like a good thing for us that this wine is reaching Philippines. Anyway, we will try to do something with Reggie, and if we are happy to organize wine tasting or whatever to know a little bit more about Chacoli. And so for my part about Chacoli, this is all. If you have any questions too, I can, or about Rioja, I can try to answer you.
Well, thank you very much, Xavier. Chef Paul, is there anything else you would like to leave us with? Any more messages? Anything else you want to share with us?
I want to invite you to come to Bilbao when it is possible, and know our pretty country. I think that you will be so funny there, and you are welcome. So please, when you can, come and stay with us. That is a very good place for it and for stay. And that's all.
You will see us,
Yeah,
Paul,
because-
definitely when we fly again. Xavier, anything else you would like to leave us?
Yeah, it's true that I had this. I don't know if you want. It's a YouTube video about the winery in Spanish that I can share if you want, or as you tell me, Reggie. It's like 2 minutes, and we can see some
Please
pictures.
share it with us. We would love to
Yes.
see it, and we would like to travel to the wine country with you.
Okay, so I will try to share this one. Hold on a moment, please.
If you have any more questions, we are about to end our webinar. Kindly type it into our chat box.
This one. Can you hear?
Hoy en Together 2 visitamos algunos de los símbolos que caracterizan a la ciudad de Bilbao.
Take this down to where the streets are cold and nameless.
This is Bilbao.
Just be sure to watch your
En el Monte Arraiz, junto al caserío Muneta, se encuentran estas viñas que producen el único chacolí de Bilbao,
oh,
el chacolí Muneta Berri.
there's trouble all
Su logotipo es el puente de San Antón, lo que demuestra su estrecha relación con la villa.
you get lost along the way. Just close your eyes and
Solo usan la uva Ondarrabisuri para asegurar su pureza y más definido sabor.
sleeping sound.
Cada año la vid coge más fuerza, mejorando su cuerpo y su degustación. Aritza Antolínez, gerente de Muneta Berri Chacoliña, nos enseña el viñedo. Nos explica que está orientado hacia el sur para conseguir la maduración perfecta de la uva. Es así como adquiere su exclusivo sabor afrutado. Fresco y fácil de digerir, se convierte en el acompañante ideal para cualquier situación. 65 hectáreas que producen unos 40.000 kilogramos de uva. Nada menos que 32.000 botellas preparadas para deleitar nuestros paladares. Nos acercamos a la Rabechu para conocer las bodegas Iturrialde.
The corners of our eyes
Aquí es donde se trae la uva para ser tratada. Aricha nos cuenta que esta bodega es una de las más modernas de Europa y que su maquinaria es puntera. Tras llegar la uva se despalilla y se prensa. Una vez conseguido, el chacolí es almacenado en estos tanques de 10.000 litros a una temperatura que asegura su perfecta conservación. Su mercado se centra principalmente en Bilbao, aunque ya ha empezado a ser exportado a Italia. Una materia prima de gran calidad procesada con la más innovadora tecnología. El resultado es este chacolí de calidad suprema. El chacolí Munetaberri, o también conocido como el chacolí de Bilbao, pertenece a la denominación de origen vizcaico-chacoliña. También promociona Bilbao con su sello de calidad. Un sabor único que no te puedes perder.
So this is, sorry, it's in Spanish, but you can see Aricha is the guy you could see in the video. I apologize, he at the last moment couldn't connect, but you could see the winery and the farmhouse and the views of the city of Bilbao. So this is a very special place. And just if you visit Bilbao, is take a cab or a car and in 10 minutes going up the slope and enjoy one of the most beautiful views of the city. No? So that's, I think, I don't know, Reggie, if for the first glance, the Basque country has been well represented in the, yes.
Thank you very much for joining us. This is the first of our many webinars to come. And, you know, we will definitely go to the Basque country. We will hunt for mushrooms. We will drink, eat, and be merry when we fly again. For now, can we ask everybody to please turn on their cameras so we can take a picture, please?
Oh,
if,
yes.
You can oblige us with that, please. Thank you very much. We will take a picture. I will remove the spotlight now. All right, everybody, let's take a picture. Okay, everybody ready? Oh, there we go. One more. Next page, please. Next page. And that's it. Thank you very much for parting time with us. Thank you for spending your afternoon with all of us desde aquí en Filipinas. Chef Paul y Xavier, muchísimas gracias por todo. Hasta la próxima. Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Enjoy your Sunday. We are grateful. Thank you.
Yes, enjoy. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.